It gets freaky after a while. It gets freaky after a while. Okay, here we go. Here goes, guys. I'm gonna play Raid. My goal right now is to get more 3-star battles done. So, start in the sewers of Arnok. Let me get some more tokens. Oops. Power through the Three stars. Nice. They say that every time. Ew. Can't have a lot of concentration fault, bro. Praise God. honey, cooking room. Gosh, about TV. This is a classic scam. Classic scam. Classic scam artist. I'm not gonna buy it. Uh, delete. This is a scam. Right. Yeah. This is a scam. This is a scam. Yeah. Okay.
Checked out.
Yeah, and that's actually more prevalent than you would think, because if they just hit somebody for a dollar or two and they use that service anyway, then it's probably not going to raise any suspicion. I mean, most people, well, sadly, a lot of people don't really check. So as long as it, and then there's another layer to that as well, because if it's under a certain threshold, then it's just, like petty theft or whatever. It's not a felony, that type stuff. I can't remember what the story was, but there was some company that was fraudulent, and it was hitting, man, thousands and thousands of people for like a penny. But which a penny, well, I mean, everybody got pennies in the couch cushions and then the floorboards of the cars and everything. But this was adding up into some millions of dollars because they was doing it quite often and to a whole bunch of customers. But yeah, that I think that's a theft system. And I think a lot of that is businesses that we do business with that retains your information, and it's either somebody in the company or somebody hacks the company, and they get access to that. And so to not really put the light on them, they do these little microtransactions.
But anyway, you guys don't have to worry about it. Like Judy said, it's true. Because I have called my bank and I have been at my bank before and I asked them, whatever happens if you get frauded, do you have to pay the charges if they take it out of your checking account or your savings account or your credit card? And they told me no, not at all. You just have to report it and fill out a fraud report, like what Judy said. That's it. So either way you look at it, we'll still get our money back. And they would fill out a fraud report with the police. Well, we would fill it out, and then they turn it into the police, and they would, I guess, look for them. Because they have people's IP addresses. They know everything about us now. You know what I mean? So I don't know how they could do transfers through credit cards and banks, and they'll get busted. But we won't be responsible. She just told me to just report it and fill out a fraud report. That's it. And you can actually do it over the phone, too. They can take your information over the phone, because she told me already. So, but still, nobody wants to have to just go through that. You know what I mean? If we can avoid it. But you guys are right. Like they must, and I guess senior citizens are targets, like they said. But the sad part about it is they must think we're really stupid too. You know what I mean? Like you make good sense. Like, why are you telling me about these special deals? I mean, like you don't know me from Timbuktu, right? Why you don't tell your own mama and your own daddy and brother, sister, aunt, and uncle, right? I mean, come on, that doesn't make any sense. And you know what, you guys? The ones that are doing the scams are from different countries. I'm trying to think. They're Indian people. They have that Indian accent, Judy, what you're talking about. It was Indian accent. They told me where they were from because they tried to scam us on the computer one time with a Microsoft. They set traps out on the, like when you surf the internet, they send traps out on the internet. You go across them and they say they're from Microsoft something. And because they caught us one time. And our computer wasn't working and ran into an error or something. And they said all you had to do was just turn your computer off and turn it back on. It would have went away, but we didn't know that. And they sounded like they said they were Indian. They're not from America. They're from a foreign country, but they're Indians, but I can't remember. It wasn't India. Or was it India? Might have been India. I don't know, but it was from a foreign country. And it was a whole bunch of guys. They actually busted them. They had a big sting on the news where they busted a lot of them over there. But yeah, they claim to be from Microsoft and something's wrong with your computer and that somebody's gotten into your network. And I guess if you don't know a lot of stuff, you'll fall for the scam. And that you got to pay like $600, to have it fixed or something like that. But I had called my cable company about it. And the guy told me that he had a lot of calls about it, about people reporting them. I think they were from India. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think they were people from India. So they really couldn't do that much about it to investigate because how is America to go after people in India? But apparently they did do something about it. I guess they must have got enough scams about it reported that they went over there and did a bust. But you guys, it's true. Like what Judy said, it's sad because just think about the people that are old, like the old people, like in their 80s or something, that believe these people, and they've got other ones too. My husband gets them on his phone. Like they say they're from the Social Security office. You guys ever get any of those? And that other one you're talking about, that auto insurance company, I get that all the time. Something about your auto insurance or something. I don't know. I already know they're scams. It's like a lady recorder lady. But they do the Social Security too. Oh, well, something's your Social Security number. Something's went wrong with your Social Security. But see, they already warn you that that's not going to happen. They're not going to call you like that. You know what I mean? So I think it's probably worse now, you guys, because of COVID. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people are out of work. They don't have money. They're sick, whatever. I don't know. Either way to look at it, you guys are right. Like we're going to be so dumb that we're just going to fall for any phone call that comes and just hand out the information of our account, our credit card account and our checking account. I mean, come on, you guys. It don't even take a rocket scientist to know not to do that. I mean, they must just think we're really some dummies. But like you say, they just keep trying and trying and trying until they luck out, I guess.
Yeah.
But more people are getting hip to the scam anyway. But it's just sad how other people can just rip people off. But yeah, I think it was India. Now, and I know these are third world countries and they're real poor and all of that. And you do kind of feel sorry for the people, but they're still trying to rob from Peter to pay Paul. You know what I mean? So anyway, Mike's free. Oh, exactly, Ginger. Exactly. Because you guys can ask the internet, what is this number? And sometimes on my phone, I don't know if you guys get it, it'll say scam warning or fraud warning. I think it's scam warning. Sometimes it comes up on my phone, which that's kind of handy. If it's probably quite obvious that it is, right? But you're right, because if you block that number, and the reason I found out, Ginger, is because if you guys get a number on your phone, if you go to Google and say what number is blah, 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 and put it in, it'll bring it up and tell you where it is. If it's a legitimate number, it'll say, but if it's a possibly scam, it'll tell you all that. But you're right, Ginger. If you look down below, that's like 1 out of 50 numbers. It's crazy. So if you block that number, then they've got 50 more to call you. So basically, I know they used to warn us on the TV before, the police department here. They don't do it anymore, but years ago, when all this cell phone stuff came out and scams and all that, they said basically the safest thing for you to do is if you don't know that person and they're not in your address book and your phone rings, don't even answer it. Okay? And if it is important, they'll leave a message, which that doesn't even work anymore either, because the scammers leave messages too. But common sense, we already know if we don't know you. And like you said, Flea, why would we buy something from somebody we don't even know you when we could go to the store or go online and buy it ourselves? Like we're just going to buy something from a total stranger. You know what I mean? A lot of this is just common sense, you guys, and we know that. But yeah, you're right, Ginger. It's like blocking one number and they've got 50 other numbers. So it's like you're not getting away from it. It's just everywhere. But most of you guys, if you've got a cell, I know Harmony said something about it. I have AT&T, so I have I don't think it's a number to call for a phone, but I have a text fraud number on my phone. When I go to the AT&T customer service and I drop the box down, it shows that where I can text to report fraud. So I don't know if you guys have them from the companies you're at. You probably do. But yeah, they do. But I think mine's only in a text, though. I don't know. I guess a text could be a phone call, too. But either way, I don't even know. I just block them. I don't even worry with trying to report it. I guess we could. But like you said, Ginger, you'll be blocking 50 numbers. Mike's free. Actually, Judy, I don't even answer my phone. I don't even answer it, to be honest with you. Unless I see that it's somebody calling me, like, a bill, which they wouldn't have no reason to call me because I pay my bills. But, like family or friends or something. If I see somebody calling and I'm not busy, there's Ginger with her baby, then I'll answer the phone. But if I'm busy and I don't know it was you or, whatever, then I'll call you later or whatever. But if I'm just sitting here and it's a strange number, no, I won't answer, because I already know. And that's what the police said. If it's not somebody in your address book, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's how I have mine. I just turn it down low or put it on vibrate. So, is she in a playful mood? She looks like she's in a playful mood. Yeah, I can tell. She's nipping at your chin. You want mommy to go get the ball and take you outside and play? Huh? Look at her. She's yawning. She's in a good mood, but she's still yawning. She's very pretty, Ginger. Does the other one get jealous? The other one that wags her little bottom when she got to go potty. She's so cute when she got to go to the bathroom. He's so cute as a boy. Go ahead, Ginger.
No, she came in here, jumped up on my lap, and she's saying, Mommy, it's time to go to bed. Aren't you? You ready to go to bed? Yeah. Ready to go to bed? Gigi. Bed? Hey, are you ready to go to bed? Yeah? Yep. So, I am going to say goodnight, everybody, and I'm going to go stretch out in bed and try to get rid of some of this pain. I'll see you all later. Joyful, I'll see you later tomorrow night. Good night. Hugs everybody, and God bless.
Nehemiah, any news on your house? The one that you say we're waiting to see if it's going to go through. I think you got to wait 3 months for escrow, don't you? And by the way, I wanted to ask you, the one that you're waiting on, is that the one that you said was the born again man and woman? I think it is. I think that's the house you were talking about.
Joy, well, I heard you ask me the question as I was walking away. I had to go do something. But yeah, it seems to be well in the deal and everything. So I had to pay a little more than I wanted to, but he seems to be happy with it. So, so it's good.
So they were the born again Christians that you're buying the house from?
No, it's my realtor that I found out, her and her husband who own the realtor company. are born again Christians. And it was really nice after I found that out. We had talked for a couple of hours that day, and once I found that out, we had another talk for about an hour and a half. We continued talking for about another hour and a half, just about God and Jesus and what's going on with the world and what's not going on with the world and how it reflects into biblical studies and prophecies, I should say. And so it was really cool. I knew I liked her for a reason.
So what, are you just waiting now for 3 months to go through escrow and then go from there? Which you already know it'll pass. There's no reason why it shouldn't, but that's just procedure. Everything has procedure to follow.
He agreed to my closing. So that's what he didn't like, was my closing date. He didn't want to hold on to the house that long, but that's why I ended up giving him what he wanted, because it was a compromise for both of us. So it worked out. So now I just gotta bide my time.
How quick can they give you a house if you agree like that? Can you do it before 3 months?
Yeah, you can. It just depends on there's different variables, but yeah, you can. I mean, if you're paying cash, you can just walk right up to the seller essentially and say, listen, this is what I'll give you in cash, take it. And as long as you meet my conditions, we have a deal. So we'll see what happens. But I need a little time because I still have to sell the family house, and I just got some other things on the go. So I could be in there as soon as 5 weeks or less than 5 weeks.
So the house that you're going to get, are you happy with it? What is the house that you're going to get? It's not that other one, is it? The one you were talking about, you'd bang your head in the basement one? Not that one, right?
No. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It feels like home. It felt like home the moment I walked into it. I had looked at other houses and they were really small, and because I was just looking for a smaller house for Eli and I, my dog. But I have to admit, I felt kind of claustrophobic because I came from a bigger house. So then when I walked into this house, it's a spacious house. It's good room size. It has 4 bedrooms. It's 2.5 stories. I mean, there's a lot of room to grow into this house for me. For when I get married and have kids, like, it's not going to be a problem. So I'm happy with it. And it's got in a city, it's got a really good sized lot, which surprises me. It's quite wide and very deep. So there's room for a pool when I get to it.
Well, that will definitely please Eli. But I'm glad you're finally have the house that you want, Kivo. And that's great. So a pool for Eli, he'll be waiting for that. But then again, you say there isn't a garage on the property, so you'll have to get that taken care of.
Oh, it's so nice, Judy. Troy kept me on the phone. I mean, and type in the room talking to my man. Ew. No, he ain't. He's my brother. It's such a nut. Anyway. I love him, though. Love him, I'm glad we talked. That's the first time we've even talked on the phone in forever, it seems like. But, type in the room, I'm talking to my man. Yeah, okay, Troy, sit down. But, yes, it's beautiful. He sent me a couple pictures. I guess it was maybe the day that he was having a walkthrough, of the house. And, man, he sent me just a just a couple of pictures, and it's really pretty. From those two pictures, it's really really pretty on the inside. It's very pretty, very very pretty.
I probably shouldn't say anything, but he didn't really say that I'm typing this in confidence or anything like that. But the whole time, I don't know, what, an hour ago, ever so often Troy was typing in the room. She won't shut up, y'all. I'm trying to get back in here so I can talk to y'all. And like he even put like help, exclamation point, dot dot dot. I don't know what that meant, but she won't quit talking, dot dot dot, exclamation point. I don't know. It seemed like he was trying to drop us some clues, kind of like Hansel and Gretel, where they would leave the little bread trails.
I don't think I told either you or Grandma, Mama Cage, that day there was 15 other offers placed on that house that day. I mean, it was a battle. It was a battle.
That again, I'm too busy trying to keep these men off my back. Marlon up there telling big old fibs, and then Troy saying, well, in the odd kind of way. Yeah, there's a bit of truth to that. What did you say? Repeat that again, Kivo, please.
Did you just call me Glow? Did you just call me Glow? That's it. We are no longer family. This is what I was going to say. That day there was 15 other offers placed on that house. It was insane. It was insane. So I'm just glad it's over with. Just glad it's over with.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew that it was, there, but I didn't know 15. Wow. Well, that's the one you wanted, and I totally know that the Lord, just showed you favor that day. And you told me you felt that you really truly felt strongly that was the house you were going to have the opportunity to get. And it ended up working out exactly right there. Yeah, Joy. So, absolutely. If it's meant to be, and the Lord wants you to have it, you'll have it.
That's true. That's true. I prayed hard and long for that house. I really did. I had to stand in faith because every time it seemed like we reached an agreement, something, one of us didn't agree. So I really had to stand in faith over it. It was a process. I now understand why people talk about house hunting and house buying being so stressful, because it truly is, and you may lose one house, but there'll be a couple more that'll come along that you'll like just as much, if not better. And everyone kept trying to explain that to me. I just couldn't receive it at the time, but it finally sunk in.
All right. Apples ain't in here yet, is she? I was going to try to wait. Tell this story one time. All right, y'all know how I have this undeclared war going on with these tea people. They kind of pretentious, and everything's just so, and they got their unicorn teapot where they, got to be sourced from a certain place from the 1900s and made by some man named Mr. Voodoo or something like that. Anyway, it's all a bunch of nonsense for the most part. Now, some of it is, anyway. So they they just them kind of people, and I just love to kind of aggravate them because I already know that that's the way they are. So I've been looking online for the most ridiculous looking teapot I could possibly find. Now I'm not actually gonna use the teapot, but I'm just gonna, like, if I happen to take a picture, of something, I'm gonna have it sitting there, and then somebody is gonna ask, "What is that?" And I'm gonna say, "Oh, that's my teapot." You know, just to kind of, because I know they're gonna take the bait. All I gotta do is set the line out, kind of like the people that cold call you on the on them cellular phones. So anyway, I can't tell. Kayla, you saying that you can't hear me too, or two reds? Two reds. Dot 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 dot. So anyway, here's the teapot that I have procured. Well, I hadn't bought it, but I'm thinking about buying this one because it's almost as ridiculous as I envisioned in my imagination.
She's got two red dots and some arrows. I don't know what that means either. Y'all confusing me.
All right, let's see. I think she might be referring to the fact that there is a dot on somebody. Is that what you're referring to, Gayla? Ta-da! I don't know why it was put there. Um, I mean, I don't guess Marlon would be the only admin that would. I think Marlon was the only one here when I got here. So I'll go ahead and take it off. But take into consideration that I had been on the phone with someone until my battery my battery light came on. I told him, I said, Troy, I'm fixing to lose my battery it just came on. I got to get it plugged in or we're not going to have no phone. Only one of them am I a tad concerned about, and I just took the dot off. So we'll see. I honestly had not noticed that those had been there, whether they came in with them or had been given them since I'd been here or whatever, or earlier. I didn't know. Welcome back, Troy. And I've got to go, well, not powder my nose. Y'all wouldn't fall for that. It's like not even 4 a.m. here. But yeah, to that little room, the little girl's room. And I can say that, see, about my bathroom, because nobody else uses it but girls, even if it's, even when my kids are, it's still girls. So be right back.
Don't let her fool you. She's got to go plug herself up to the shock therapy machine. Hopefully one day it's going to take and do some good. I have a Fitz and Floyd teapot that I think is hideously ugly. It's a Christmas Fitz and Floyd teapot. I used to run a coffee and tea store. I ended up running several of them, and I bought that ugly Fitz and Floyd thing. All that stuff is a little overdone.
Yeah, that one. They got $80 on that. It ain't no way. if that was the last teapot on earth and I could never have tea again, I wouldn't buy that pot for $79, maybe for 79 cents. That one's even uglier than the first one, but the first one is kind of ridiculous just in general. And I'm thinking a bunch of them people is kind of I believe they're liberal, like left leaning liberal, woke people. So I think that the moose would aggravate them more.
Hi room, hello, how are you people? Anybody's live here? Let me see. Who is up here? Come on, tell me. I'm waiting. Anyone who's hearing me respond to me, RSVP? Come on. Somebody is sinking down. I need the RSVP. Respond as early as possible, please. Hey, SCP. What's up? Come on. Hello, guys. Hi, Peacemaker. Hello. Anyone live here? I'm calling out. I'm calling out. I'm calling out. Anyone on the control tower hearing me? Stalwart, what you talking about, wolves? Wolves? Willies? Not American woman. I suffered a massive attack around my jaw. It's something like draining off the strength of my body. Are you hearing me? Okay, American woman. I believe American woman, you do hear me.
Jesus Christ, demon. You demon, I command you to come out in the name of Jesus Christ.
Okay, American woman hearing me? Baby, don't talk about babies. Babies, some heavenly babies don't hurt, but earthly babies hurt more. Okay. What about the American woman? Do American woman hearing me? It does, American woman. Where I am?
Man comes
I think I lost something here.
Nonsense all the time.
Where's the X-ray there?
Because I...
X-ray leaf is again missing.
Stalwart. I don't know about where you come from, but we grow up here in the United States, with an inside voice and an outside voice. Inside voice, outside voice. Please,
I have a hard time.
please lower your voice. Use your inside voice. Thank you very much. It's 4 a.m. It's 5 a.m. where I'm at. I've not been to sleep yet. Not your fault. If you scream one more time, I'm gonna cut all your hair off and make a rug.
Hey,
Hey, you are a barber or you're a saloonist? That's not good. Get your hair cut. Don't do on my body, okay? I'm doing very slow, you know. I'm so slow to speak. Hello, people. How are you? Do you like me? Okay, I'm not gonna waste more time. You know that I came here for Bible reading, and Bible reading is one of the best reading ever since I did in my radio jockey programs. No, I can't lower, kid. This is my two lowest voice, kid. Go get up. Go. Just become big. You're a kid. I'm a man. Okay.
He's not a kid, Stalwart. He's old enough to be your daddy. Just because it says kid on his neck doesn't mean he's a kid, a child. He's old enough to be your father more than likely, although I don't know how old you are. But I'm just going by the way that you act.
Actually, he told me to lower the voice, but I can't. I'm already lowering my voice. It is my natural voice. How can it be? Anyhow, well, I am 40. You know, I am 40.
Well, I'm 58, so I could very easily be your dad. So there you go. It's very early here where we're at.
maybe if I start.
So bring your voice down to a lower level. It's not a 2. It's not a 2. And there's no such a thing as a 3. But you're making my bounce finger really want to shoot the bullet. So when you get the mic, you can talk like this, very calmly and serene, so as to be a blessing
wants
to
to
others.
bounce him just for having
Bless your heart. That was a mistake right there.
a little bit of a loud voice. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm gonna read.
It's a min thing. I gotta let him into the thing, you know. I can't interfere. So.
Stalwart, little piece of information, okay? Just a little advice to you. Keep your voice down and don't call the super duper or the head of the all admin in this room a dummy. And just read what you want to read, okay? And everything will be fine. But it is very early here. It'll be 3 hours before it's even daylight where I'm at. You understand? We're way over on the other side of the planet from you. And so it won't even be daylight here for another 3 hours. It's very, very early. And you're just, sometimes you talk extremely loud for us over, you know, it's not that early where you are. but it is here. And there are people in some other people in people's homes that are still sleeping. So you have to kind of keep the noise level down. You know, just talk lightly and not so loud, okay? And above all, don't call anybody a dummy. Come on up and read. Is he still dotted? Did he what? Oh, okay. I know he heard me, and I'm certainly not being rude to him. I'm trying to explain to him why he had asked to just lower his voice a little bit. Some people's voices carry, you know, a lot louder than other voices. Come on up, Star Wars.
People are being.
Thank you, Miss Cajun Spice Girl. I'm thanking you that you you vindicated my voice, that it is normal voice. I'm not pitching, I'm not yelling, it's not shrill, it's not crying. It's the normal flow, what I'm supposed to do in my home, right? Anyhow, thanking you. I'm not gonna waste time. This is the day. The light of the word asks that there is a life, right? Light in the word ask about the light. You know, Bible talks about where the light shines, the Jesus is the true light. No, we have the many artificial light, incandescent, the luminosity, measure in the terms of. But what about it's all having argon gas, neon gas, you know? But Jesus is the source. It never runs out. You know, if you have a LED in the house, it has a some 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, then it burnt out. You know, halogen lamps, it burnt out. You know, tungsten lamps, it burnt out. They are the artificial lights. Even the sun, they are predicted about the 5 million years, 5 billion years. Then it is also going to be burnt out. But Jesus, look the Jesus. Jesus is the true Lord, true light. And in the light, there is a life. There is no heat, you know. If you stand in the sun, the scorching heat will burn you. But here, when you Jesus standing with the Jesus don't burn. You know, Jesus provides the clouds of shade, right? This is our Lord Jesus Christ. We cannot say the Jesus, but we can Jesus Christ. Because Jesus, many have a name called Jesus, but Christ is one. There are no other Christ except the one. You know, his name is Jesus Christ. Right? Christ means a man of mercy, a man of compassion, a man of grace. You know, there is but one Jesus. You don't know, kid. There are many Jesus. You know, if you happen to see search on the people asking to put the Jesus, many people come with the name Jesus. But there is a one Christ.
There is one Jesus.
The guy doesn't understand what he's talking about.
But one Jesus.
There's many people named Jesus. One Jesus
Exactly.
Christ. Exactly what he said.
Christ was a title of his position.
Because there is multiple people named Jesus. This guy right here. Go
Come on up.
Yeah, Troy, I just wanted to tell Cajun that dumb is nice compared to what I've been called in the room.
Enough politics. Maybe she might help.
know, me, Sam, and me, I think many others of us have been called things in here. And you just have to
You're still going off on some of the same
try to
dumb.
learn to mentally ignore it. You know, I mean,
People
there's
are
always
so
going to
dumb.
be people that come in that are just, they're just hateful. Or they just want to be mean, or they're just wanting to see if
Okay,
they can
good.
get
You
to
should have
somebody,
stopped talking
you know,
about
by
that
calling
5
them names
minutes
or
ago.
looking at them, and just
Don't
ignore
keep
them
on
and have to learn
exaggerating it.
to just have a tough skin, I guess is a good way to put it, you know? Or just let it roll off. My dad used to say this, or my mama one, or both. Just let it run off your back, Debbie, like water off a duck's back. You know, I know it sounds easier said than done, but you just kind of have to. You know what I mean? Anyway, Mike is free.
Okay, the mic is free and the stall and aristocrat is ready to take the pilot command, right? The pilot seat. Okay, so Stalwart is on pilot seat and cruising at the altitude of, which altitude? Let me see about the altimeter. Altimeter shows me my altitude is saying 20,000 feet, right? So I am going to read this. You know, what is it? Okay, let me think about. Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, of course. Yep, I'm good. Yeah. Okay. Chapter 14 of John. Right? John is a disciple. You know, he's already lean always, try to hear the Jesus voice. And that's in the supper also. Jesus asked him, Peter asked him, John, can you ask about who is going to betray me?
Now it's starting to start.
Yeah, and he is leaning, he is hearing Jesus, just like always attentive. Hallelujah.
Lord, you understand that, right?
Chapter 14, John. Okay. Let not my heart be troubled. I believed in God, believe also in, you believed in God, believe also in Jesus Christ. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go prepare a place for you. God has a mansion and there's many houses there, right? And even if my house is not there, Jesus has built the house, right? You can say Jesus is a builder. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is a builder. Jesus Christ is, we can say, is a builder, right? And we can say is a state, is a real estate. No, he is a builder, right? If I go and prepare a place for you, I come and rejoice. You unto myself where I am, and there you may be also. You know why the Jesus asked about the disciples and about all, not asking to everyone. Yeah, look, I am not going to live, alone, but under the companion. I need the people. I need a city. I need a place where I can, because he is the King of Jews. And that's what the King of the world, King of the humans, right? And he asked us to just prepare a place. And Jesus has prepared a place. And that's why he wanna, just like I wanna register my name. That's why the book of the Lamb's life is nothing but it's like consensus that happens when the Jesus is about to born in the Herod's time. And they all going to Bethlehem to get their name recorded, consensus, right? and then only a senses or consensus, whatever it is, a senses, and then only the Jesus, my name is written in the book of Lamb's life. Book of life, not Lamb's book. What is the book name? Lamb's book. A book of Lamb. And if I go prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive. And whether I go and where I go, you do not know, and the way you know, and whether I go here now, and the way you know. But before that you do not know, now you know. Thomas said unto him, Lord, we do not know where you going. How can we know the way? The way, the life, and the truth. Easy. You know the life, you know the truth, and the way is there, right? Tell me, people of this room, question to you, what are the three basic things in human life? Three basic necessity in human life. Tell me. Anyone? Hello, the room is water. No, basic necessity.
Cajun, are you back?
You were asked, sir, to use your inside voice, and you screamed hello on that microphone. You will not scream on the microphone again. Say, I'm going to let you go ahead of him, and then I'll remove this dot.
No, Troy, I just wanted to tell that I'm learning how to ignore the folly.
Okay, thank you for unblocking me once again. Yeah, you're right, Magic and Juicini. It's the food, clothing, and shelter. I told you that I'm gonna speak like in this way. If you don't like me, I don't bother. I don't care. Right, Kazun, please take favor. Please stand for me. That I am what I am saying. A food, clothing, and shelter. They are the basic necessity for a human life. Right, brothers and sisters in the Christ. Similarly, the Bible, a stalwart, please just listen to who is Troy. I don't know Troy. I know about Jesus scripture. Listen.
I'm Troy. I told you not to talk loud and scream like you did. I didn't bounce you out of here. But you come up to the mic and smart mouth and say you're going to do what you want to do and talk however you want to. There are actually people that fall asleep in this room at night because they don't want to be asleep alone. You can't scream on the mic like you're doing. So I will give you one last opportunity to be a gentleman, but it will be your last opportunity. I will bounce you without warning the next time.
Okay, I am back with some scripture. I don't know about the people are sleeping in their home, not sleeping on their chat room, right? If they are sleeping in the chat room, then I don't care, right? Sleeping is a food, clothing, and shelter. They are sleeping in their shelters, right?
I didn't know how to explain it to him any simpler than that. And so I reckon that's all I have to say.
You have to realize that some people have their own agenda.
Oh, I think everyone in this room probably realize that by now, or should anyway, that there are just some people that carry their own agenda, and I guess they just, I don't know, hard-headed. I just don't want to listen. I don't know.
Like you say, Cajun, I've learned to ignore it.
It's the best thing to do. Sometimes, well, it's the best thing to do, Sam. You know, it was just try and ignore it. Put them on Iggy. You know, if it starts to really get get some people, just put them on ignorance. It's like they're not even here. It's about the only thing I know to suggest sometimes, you know.
Cajun, but it is somewhat nerve-wracking.
Yes, sir, it is. It is. But I think it's just, yeah, it is. I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, Cajun, I'm only on to.
I'm trying to remember who was in here yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. BT would remember if she was in here yet, which she normally is. But somebody in here said what those frog stickers. They said, just stop posting them frog stickers. They're demonic. I said, I didn't say anything, but I could hear it, and I was like, what in the world? I don't know. They brought up something, maybe about some kind of show or something, where the frogs were evil, and I can't remember who said it. But that people posting them frog stickers, that's all demonic stuff. I'm like, oh Lord. Okay, I hear. It's like every day you hear something, you think, well, there's no way possible I could hear anything else on Pal Talk that's going to shock me. Well, right about the time you say that, you will. Good morning, Apples.
Yeah, Cajun, they Magic Sam, my nick was demonic. I said, it's just a nick. How can it be demonic?
Because I guess with some people, just everything, everything around or what. To me, maybe they just got too much demonic. It's like that's what they have on their brain. Everything, they see a demon everywhere. Everything everywhere is a demon, and everything's demonic. Yes, do I know these things are real? Absolutely. But not everything is of the devil, not everything is a demon, and not everything is demonic. I don't know, just it's odd.
Yeah, people are going to see and believe what they want to. You can't change people.
Oh, well, we really can never change anyone. We can't, but the Lord can. Many times we, as just a person, can't change a lot, especially a person's ways and way of thinking or this and that and the other, but God can sure change them, but they have to want to be. Come on up, Apples.
I was here for that yesterday, Cajun. Somebody mentioned a frog, and then someone said, frogs are evil. I'm thinking to myself, oh, wait, now, hold on a second. Oh, yeah, I was here. It was fun in the end because everybody was chatting and it didn't go too heavy. But I was thinking, hold on a minute. If you want to take it from Bible, God made everything, and God said it was good. God made the little froggies, so the froggies are good. Icons I can't comment on. I don't know, but I love those little frogs. But it did remind me, when I was younger, Cajun, there's an expression here, the vein of somebody's heart. My auntie took me in to raise me. I was always taking little creatures in that I'd find in a field. And one day I was out in the fields and I found this gorgeous frog. Actually, I think it might have been a toad. I'm not sure. I was too young. But I decided, he wants to be my pet. And I took him home. And I put him in a little bucket in the hallway with little stones and greenery around him. And I was waiting. When will I tell her I have a new pet? So then I got the courage. I've got a new pet. All I can remember is for hours, my poor auntie turning the house upside down because little Froggy had gone out of the bucket. We never found him. But yeah, I was here for that occasion. But it was lighthearted in the end, I think. But I do know some people don't like certain animals, they say, whatever. But go back to your Bible, God made them. So anyway, little froggies.
Cajun, I told one of the chatters that, and she told me never speak to her again. So I put on ignore.
Sometimes you kind of do wonder, though, why are there poisonous snakes? I know everything has a purpose, and I know why there are snakes. Snakes keep down a lot of things, population of other things that they eat. But like a spider, what good is a spider? What purpose could a spider what purpose could a spider have? Certain things like, but everything does have a purpose for being on the planet. But some of them, I don't deal well with them. I don't.
Cajun, it's funny that you mentioned snakes. That's the only thing I'm scared of is snakes. Nothing else scares me.
Got to do a disclaimer in there slightly, though, Cajuns. This is said by a girl who has no snakes in her country at all. I think Ireland, definitely New Zealand. I think there's one more country in the world have no snakes whatsoever. England, the UK, on the mainland, they do have little garden snakes. They can actually give you a bite, but we don't have any. But the venom, yeah, they do use the venom in a lot of medicines and things like that. So as annoying as certain creatures can be, they all have their little place in the chain when we take them out of the chain. But I do love snakes, actually. I really do. When I was little, someone took me to a zoo or like a animal park of some kind, and they had an enclosure for all the reptiles, and they took us in, and this chap put a snake on my shoulders. Now, it was probably small, but when you're young, everything seems huge. And I thought snakes were kind of slimy, but when I got to stroke it, it was just like silk, and I just fell in love with them. Anyway, I'm probably cringing out half the room, so I'll be quiet now. And I like spiders within reason, Cajun. But again, we don't have poisonous ones here. So there's a big difference when you're in a country where they're not going to harm you as opposed to in the States. I've read up a lot about them there, and yeah, it's very different.
Yeah, I was walking down the street one day, and one guy asked me that I wanted to buy his python. I said, "You got to be kidding!"
I mean, you have to understand for Cajun, where she grew up, if she walked down the street and there was a snake, she would say, "Oh, goody, supper." I mean, so for them, it was just another food source.
Sit down. I've never had snake, although I wouldn't be opposed to trying a bite of it just to see. But I just have never, I've never been around anybody who cooked it, you know. And see, now there you go. Marlon said it's not bad. So I have had gator, and I have had, naturally I've had venison, and I've had turtle, like a turtle sauce pecan. I guess that's about as exotic, I don't know, odd. As you know, a lot of people in Louisiana eat a lot weirder stuff than I did. Some of them eat coon, and I would imagine somewhere down there, there's some of them might even eat Nutri-Rat. I don't know, but not me. Gator and frog would probably be what I have eaten most of. You know, that most people would think, eee, but you haven't ever tried it. You know, you've got to try something to see whether or not you think whether you're going to like it. You know, don't just go by the way it sounds, you know?
Yeah, 12, I had these rats. I starved to death. No snakes and rats for sale.
I think I might have eaten a piece of a fried rattlesnake one time. I can't remember. But I'm so tired I can't get words out. I like frog legs. I like calamari. And I can't think of anything else really weird that I like. Okay. Only Hellman's, honeybee. Only Hellman's. Just kidding. Duke's, the only real mayonnaise. Anyhow, I'm exhausted all of a sudden. I'm going to have to try to get a few minutes of sleep or some sleep. Straight to hell. It starts with hell. It ends with man. That tells you where it takes you. Hell, man. Man's hell. Anyhow, Cajun, call me if anything comes up, okay? Hallelujah. Honeybee, amen.
You know, Cajun, you mentioned raccoon. I ate some raccoon and threw up.
Well, I never have, but I had friends who did quite a few, as a matter of fact, and they all told me the same thing. You've got to know how to clean them properly, which I don't doubt that, because they told me they have many glands, like scent glands, and you have to know where all these are at and clean, make sure the glands are out, and know how to clean it properly. And then they said they put it on a barbecue pit. You know, but no, I've never tried it. I just let them enjoy it, and I'm glad you like it. I'm not eating it.
Everybody can have that coon that wants it. It's not for sale.
I'm okay. I'm okay. We're just talking, you know. Yeah, but it's not that queasy. It's only when stuff sounds real yucky and stuff, you know.
Something else I'll never eat again. I had some brains. I threw up eating that too.
Oh no, my mama, it was squirrel. Only they didn't just, you know, this is what, I've never seen her do this, but she told me she did, and I believe her. It was back, you know, because like, when she was growing up, they ate a lot of, my grandfather, her daddy was he was a hunter. He loved to hunt. And so they ate a lot of wild game, you know, things that he would kill hunting. And they'd eat the whole head. Not just the brains, but the whole stinking head. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I can't think about it.
Hurry back, Apples. You know, Cajun, when I was a kid, I saw some chocolate-covered grasshoppers in the window one time. You couldn't have paid me to eat that.
Just reading and listening to what we are talking about this morning, though, it makes you realize just how spoiled we have become. Well, I'll speak for where we are in this part of the world. I can't know about America, but generally, I think we're quite spoiled because everything's packed in the supermarket and ready to just bring it home and cook with it. And you're so removed from countryside. When I was raised country, you know, we'd be raising up the animals yourself and having them killed and butchered, stuff like that. So, and you had a connection with it. So you really appreciated the food because all the work had gone in. Like my auntie would say, go out and get the tea. It was Sunday afternoon or whatever. And it would literally go out to the veggie garden and pick the lettuce and the peas and pull up some potatoes and bring them in. And it tastes gorgeous, actually, when it comes from the ground like that. But, yeah, I think, you know, if people are hungry, they'll eat. I kind of think meat is meat if you're hungry and you already eat meat. Certain things are considered cute, so we don't eat them. But we are very spoiled compared to what our great-grandparents or grandparents used to do.
Yeah, Apples, that's one of the worst feelings and pain you can have is hunger. Most people never experience hunger, but I have. There's not much worse than that.
It's those kind of people too, Cajun and Sam, will make it when things get really hard because they're kind of self-sufficient and know how to take care of themselves. And I read a story about 2-3 weeks ago. It was very sad. It was a girl got caught kind of in the wilderness. And she did pass away eventually. They got her, but she passed away. But the sad thing was, she actually had food sources all around her, but she just didn't know what she could eat, what she couldn't eat. She could have actually, well, I don't know. She had the potential to have made it, but she didn't know what she could eat in the wild. So I think it's good to teach our kids coming up, even if they're not out there, that they're aware of what we can do. So you're going to Louisiana. I have a friend down near Baton Rouge, Cajun online. So they're down that way. And I love listening to them. They're out near the swamps where they are, though. But I love listening to them tell stories. Are you going to meet? Are you going to be near where they are? Oh, that'd be cool if you got to meet up with Cajun.
I am. If we ever really get to a point like that, just so you know, Marlon, I'll be headed your way. Because Marlon is quite adept in the woods and in the bayou country, hunting. And he knows how to be a survivalist. He would survive. He just would. Whereas I wouldn't, even though I'm from there, I basically was a big city girl. Not as big as New Orleans. Baton Rouge has just never been as big as New Orleans, not even close, but it's still a big city. And I grew up in the concrete jungle, as they say. Even though I really didn't like it and I didn't want to be in the city, but I had no choice. Now every weekend the first thing I would do was get out of the city. And I had a lot of friends that didn't live in the city. Some of them even lived on a houseboat. I loved doing all that stuff I did, but I actually lived in the big city and I hated every minute of it. I never, ever liked it, never. But I don't know enough about it, although I know to a certain degree to where I'd be able to do, some things, but I don't know